Hi, what's up guys? Welcome to Young Family in our YouTube channel. Today is December 22nd, 2021. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the citrus tree just behind me, which is planted in our dooryard. Unfortunately, this citrus tree does not produce any fruits. Why? Is there any way I can get this citrus tree to bear fruits? So let's go and find out. This is the citrus tree I'm going to talk about today, which is planted in our front yard. As you can see here, this citrus tree is pretty tall. I think at least over 10 feet tall. At the top of this tree, you can see some new leaf growths. So first, I'd like to talk about the location of this citrus tree. This citrus tree is planted on the eastern side of my house. So early in the morning, this citrus tree can only receive very limited indirect filtered sunlight because nearby, as you can see here, there's many big trees which block the sunlight. Only late in the morning until early in the afternoon, this citrus tree can receive direct sunlight. But later in the afternoon, this citrus tree cannot receive any direct sunlight because the building blocked the sunlight. Just recently, I made a video specifically talking about the tree problems in our yards. I posted on my YouTube channel. You can click the link listed above for more details. As we know, citrus trees love full sun, which means at least 6 hours direct sunlight per day. If a citrus tree grows in partial shade, they will produce more foliage and few flowers, which means less fruits. When I think about this citrus tree, why not produce any fruits? Sunlight is one of my major concerns. I think this citrus tree cannot receive enough sunlight, which blocks this citrus tree to bear fruits. If you check out this citrus tree, you can find a lot of branches, a lot of foliages. You see here, too many branches, especially small branches. So it is pretty dense, especially in the inside of this tree. The second question I would ask whether this citrus tree is grafted citrus tree or just germinated from citrus seed. So let's go and check out. Most people, if they want to grow citrus tree, I think they are going to go to the garden center to buy commercially available citrus tree. Actually, it is grafted citrus tree. As you can see here, this citrus tree is pretty mature. The trunk pretty big. You can see here there's one stake right here. Use professional, I think, tape. They bond together. So, but kind of this stake is pretty long. I don't know why. Usually when we buy any citrus tree from the garden center, the citrus tree should be in the container. It's pretty small. I don't know why this stake is so long. Anyway, so I think kind of this citrus tree is grafted commercial citrus tree. As we know, we can also grow citrus tree from seed. Actually, I have several lemon trees in the containers. I germinated from lemon seeds several years ago. At least one lemon tree in the container. Right now, it is about 4 years old. It is doing very well, but unfortunately, so far, it does not flower. As we know, if we grow citrus tree such as lemon from seeds, it's going to take about 3 to 5 years to flower and bear fruits. Interestingly, I once searched Street View using Google Map. About 6 years ago, this citrus tree was already planted right here. At that time, the top of this citrus tree almost reached the gutter of this house. So right now, it's already 6 years past. So I think this citrus tree definitely is mature enough. So actually, I'm pretty sure this citrus tree is grafted citrus tree. I don't think the previous owner planted this citrus tree using citrus fruit seed. Now let's talk about watering. As you can see here in the ground, they have irrigation system. You see here the pipeline right here, and there some like a dripping pipeline is right here around this citrus tree. So actually you can check out the soil in the ground. It's not dry actually, even though right now it's during the winter time. It's rainy season in California. So basically, I don't think this citrus tree has any watering problem. When you check the leaves of this citrus tree, you can find some yellow leaves, especially at the tip of the leaf right here. So sometimes when you think about the yellow leaves, you might think about it's overwatering or just a lack of nutrients. I think this citrus tree, generally speaking, is pretty healthy. Even though there's some yellow leaves, I don't think all these yellow leaves is caused by overwatering. Might be lack of micronutrients. Starting from spring, summer, all the way to the fall, during the flowering period and the fruit-bearing period, the citrus tree, it is supposed to water deeply and frequently. But in the winter, it is supposed to reduce the amount of watering, especially in Los Angeles. During the winter time, it is raining season. Then I'd like to talk about fertilizers. As we know, if we grow any citrus tree in the containers, so we have to take good care of citrus tree, because when you apply any fertilizers in the containers, when you water the plants, it's going to wash away a lot of fertilizers from drainage hole. So that's why you have to apply fertilizers frequently. But this citrus tree is planted in the ground. Usually, I think most people would not apply any fertilizers for citrus tree. But if you think it is necessary, definitely you can apply fertilizers for your citrus tree. So for this citrus tree, as I mentioned, most of the leaves you can see is pretty healthy. So I don't think this citrus tree has any very serious nutrient deficiency. But anyway, definitely I'm going to apply some fertilizers for this citrus tree. Right now it is winter season. I'm going to apply some well-balanced, slow-release fertilizers just around this dripping line. Early next year, in early springtime, I'm going to apply some fertilizers, specifically with high phosphorus and potassium to encourage flowering and fruiting. But during flowering period, trying to avoid use excess nitrogen, which can promote leafy growth, but minimize the production of flowers. I'm still wondering if this citrus tree does flower. It can produce some fruits. For some reason, some fruits dropped to the ground. I'm supposed to find some fruits on the ground, but unfortunately, I cannot find any fruits on the ground. And also, it should have some fruits left on this citrus tree, but I still cannot find any fruits on this citrus tree. Actually, I once asked the gardener who takes care of my neighbor's garden. He told me he never see any fruits on the ground and any fruits on this citrus tree. As I mentioned, this citrus tree has a lot of branches. Some branches is dead and dried. And also you can see some like crossed branches and water sprouts and inside branches. So I'm going to prune this citrus tree. Actually, as you can see here, I put some red tape on some branches. So all these branches labeled with red tape, I'm going to remove it. So I'm going to make another video specifically talking about why and how I remove all these branches. So basically, wintertime is the best time to prune the citrus tree. I really want to ask this question again. It is real this citrus tree does not produce any fruits or not? So actually, there's one thing I find it it's very interesting and important. I'd like to show you. Check out this branch. I'm not sure it is grafted sign branch or just a sucker. So actually you can see here most of the branches from this one is dried and dead. You see here? So I'd like to show you one thing. Here, focus. This one and this one. And you can find more right here, here, and here. And something right here. Right here. All this is at the end of the branches. What's that? It looks like pedicel. That means these branches can flower and produce fruits. But anyway, right now it is dried, it's dead. Definitely no fruits on it, even though I cannot find any fruits on the ground. But it means this citrus tree can produce fruits. But why this branch? Is this a sucker or just a failed sign? And this is just rootstock. If this is true, I'm so disappointed because that means this big tree would not produce any fruits, only from this branch. Actually, just as I mentioned, I once searched street view from the Google map. At that time, I think 6 years ago, I think that time it was shoot in January 2016. I found some yellow stuff, golden orange stuff at the bottom of this tree. So maybe that time still bears some like fruits. I'm not sure it's lemon or oranges from these branches. So definitely you can see here it's consistent, pretty consistent with this structure. I think this is pedicel. You see here, it's pedicel, right? So anyway, before I was trying to cut off this branch. Probably I just cut off some like dead branches. I still want to keep the bottom one because you can see here, there's some branch right here. So anyway, I don't know. So at the end of this video, as you know, I already talked about a lot of different reasons which might affect this citrus tree. Why not bear any fruits? So I would rather wait 1 more year. So I'm going to do something to say whether this citrus tree can still flower and bear fruits. If this citrus tree still cannot bear any fruits next year, so probably I'm going to cut off this citrus tree. Probably I can cut off some branches and use this citrus tree as a rootstock to graft some lemon, lime, orange, or mandarins. Because it's hard to cut off and remove the trunk stump from the ground. But anyway, we will see. So guys, I'm going to make several other videos specifically talking about this citrus tree. One is about how and why I remove all these some branches from this citrus tree. Another one talking about how I apply fertilizers on this citrus tree. So please like, share, leave comments down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.